Hi folks, right, I'm uploading one at the moment. Uh, this is about 9 by 12, something like that, piece of paper. I've cut it down because I've got a mount that it fits. So like a double mount I made years ago. Right, okay, what shall we paint? Well, I'm very much into water meadows, but I think a big problem that we have is how much to put in and how much to leave out. If you're working from a photograph, it's there, so you feel obliged to put it in, and that is something we have to overcome really, because we're making a painting and not a copy of a photograph. Unless you want a copy of a photograph, nothing wrong with that. There are plenty of people that can do it. I'm not one of them. But I found that the more I do, the looser I'm trying to be. But even I find I'm putting objects in when really I want to just create an impression of an object. And there are a few artists that can do it. I think I'm just one of those that are just learning to do it, learning to let go. And there are one or two artists that I follow. One not on YouTube. One's Jackie Gardiner, a lovely Scottish painter who produces lovely abstracts or semi-abstract impressions. And I find that I lean on her quite a bit. But eventually you get your own style. But on the other hand, you can learn to paint photographically. You can by squaring off and transposing and transferring and so on. I did a lot of that when I painted, had a year painting Venice, Impressionist Venice. You couldn't take too many liberties, but I knew Laszlo Ritter, who was exhibiting. Well, I sort of took over from him in a gallery in Surrey. He's dead now, sadly. He showed me quite a bit of how to do the water in Venice. He didn't create copies; he created impressions of Venice, and his were fantastic, and I wouldn't be as good as him in 10 lifetimes. But that's what he did, and sadly he's no longer with us, so I can't follow him. There is some stuff on Google, but not. When I last looked, there wasn't much of his impressionist stuff on there. He could paint like in any style, impressionist style, like Monet and Renoir and Corot. He had a wonderful ability. And he was Hungarian. His family came over to the UK during the Hungarian uprising in the 50s. So I'll do another. Let's see if I can do another snow scene. But for that, I want a sort of low horizon, a big sky. I did one of these on. I don't know if it was yesterday or the day before. Put a few stark trees in, but we want a dramatic sky. A lot of light in the sky, but a lot of dark as well. So I'm just going to pour out a bit of linseed oil and a bit of dryer. I'll show you the linseed, just a little drop. This isn't artist quality by any means. Somebody said that if I put fine sand in the bottom of it, it would take the colour out, but it didn't. Oh, I don't know what went wrong there. That's the drying linseed oil, Winsor & Newton. Unfortunately, all the Winsor & Newton stuff, the paints and stuff, are made in France. An old British company. I'd love to see it come back to the UK. But anyway, they do make really top quality material, paints, papers. So let's just give that a little mix in there. Oh, a bit of blue, bit of Payne's grey. Bit of Payne's, bit of red. I might have to put some more Payne's out. So let's just get a bit of that. Just dab your brush around and just follow the brush and develop the paints. I don't have a preconceived idea of what I'm painting really. I'm just going to just do it. Got a bit of red. Okay, clean the brush. I'm just going to use one brush as far as I can until I do the tree. There's a couple of trees. Let's get a bit of red. Why not? I don't know, a bit of red in the sky. I've got my cup of tea, and we'll put in some blue now, or blue grey. Bit of ochre. Waggle the brush. We get the light on the horizon. Bit of a snow cloud sort of building up. There you go. Paint on the paper. Okay, let's get that nice dark again. Yeah, that's good and angry, isn't it? Right, I'll leave that for a moment. I go onto the lower horizon, clean the brush, clean my brush in toweling. Don't want pretty patterns in the sky. Okay, just work away. And now I'm going to put some blue on that horizon. Well, I need to solidify that here. Okay, that's okay. Now, bit of blue, bit of grey, bit of white. Just create a bit of depth. Now I mustn't forget to a bit of burnt sienna. So that's Winsor & Newton burnt sienna. It's only a student quality. It's like a dark red. So now we've got plenty of light coming in this. Now the paper is sucking out the oil, and I can feel it gripping the paint now, the surface, which is lovely. And I do like. Now it might be unrealistic, but it's a sky. It's an impressionist sky. Now we're going to have some fun with putting this foreground in. Let's just get that blue back here. So we'll have a bit of just fill the holes up with a bit of paint. The paper's quite rough. Now this paper is Fabriano, the studio paper, the £130 weight. It's very good paper for this sort of thing. It's got about 30% wood pulp in the paper and the rest cellulose, which is good. Which is a good mix. Watercolour paper is very durable, although I'm not really quite sure how this will hold up, but I won't be here. It will last my lifetime anyway, and a lot of other people's lifetimes. Right, now we want to get some variety into that. I'm going to use another brush now. Use that one. So I've been using a lot of red and bit of sienna in that. Not so sure about that. Repaint that with a brush. Use some white. Now, snow scenes, well, they do contain colour. The grey blues. You can't just put down a white bed of snow. It's got to have some variety in it. Some shadows cast, the undulations in the ground underneath the snow. You know, you can. Let's just get that back there. I'll use a bit of Payne's grey and a bit of burnt sienna. Turn it into a burnt umber. Right, now let's put in some snow. Have a bit of grey. I hope it's not too similar to what I did. Now let's put a bit of blue in here. And a bit of Payne's grey. Bit of red. Now, there's nothing too difficult about that, is there? Really? Catching a bit of that light. bit of shadow. Right, let's get a bit of a just break up some horrible stuff that you don't really like. See, what you put down stays there. It might get a bit dull because of the oil coming out of the paper, or coming out of the paint into the paper, but you can always varnish it when it's really dry. Okay, I don't want to do much more than that. We've got a painting, let's put it in a mount. Now, it was very simple, and it's a way I really want to go with oils. And oils is so, well, you can do it with acrylic, of course. I'm not a lover of acrylic, really. I've got loads of them, and I've done lots in the past, but it dries too quick for me. I like to be able to work the paint. Even the vet gel doesn't slow it down that much. A little bit, another local park. I let the tea go cold again. I'm going to just move the camera over. Well, I don't have to do what I used to do. Let's move it, sorry, move it to there. Right, that's quite a good, also the camera so I get the right, well, you need dark to show light. There's this counter change all the time, light against dark. Here, obviously in the background, the tones are very similar because you're going into the distance, but it's stark, it's a snow scene. I made it up as I went along, and I'm going to continue in this vein, I hope. And I might even put the odd building in, but this is just sort of memory of a local, walking over a local park, although there would be more trees in it. But you don't want to, see, you just don't want to put everything in. Leave it out. Let people decide what that is. You know, it's a bit in your face, but I hope you like it. And I'll get that uploaded. That'll be 2 today, or this morning. It's 11:25 in London. And I'll see you tomorrow. Bye bye. Whoops.